You're smart. You know it. And deep down, you've always known it. You're the person people come to for advice. You read the books other people just buy. You understand compound interest, index funds, market cycles, concepts that make most people's eyes glaze over. So let me ask you something. Why is your bank account lying about who you are? Because if intelligence built wealth, you'd already have. And that right there is the most uncomfortable truth in personal finance. One nobody has the guts to say directly to your face. Intelligence has almost nothing to do with building wealth. In fact, and this is the part that's going to sting, being smart might actually be the very thing holding you back, in ways so subtle, so disguised as rational thinking that you've never once suspected them. Today, we're going deep, underneath the surface, past the budgeting tips and investment strategies, into the hidden psychological patterns that keep brilliant people financially stuck, the mental traps that feel completely logical, the mindset glitches that masquerade as wisdom. These are the things nobody teaches in school. The patterns financial gurus never talk about. 3 years. And if even one of these hits home today, it could change the trajectory of your financial life forever. Stay with me until the end. Because the final insight, the one I've saved for last, is the one that quietly explains everything. Picture this. His name is Daniel, 31 years old, master's degree, works in tech, makes decent money, more than most people his age. Smart? Absolutely. Everyone says so. But Daniel has been about to start investing for 3 years. He's waiting until he understands the market a little better, until he has a bigger cushion saved up, until work settles down, until the timing feels right. But here's the problem. The right moment never comes. And Daniel knows it. He just can't stop waiting for it. This is what psychologists call analysis paralysis, and in the world of money, it has a far more brutal name. It's called staying broke while feeling productive. Here's what makes it so dangerous. Daniel isn't lazy. He's not irresponsible. He reads articles. He watches videos. He's constantly learning. And every single day, he feels like he's making progress. But nothing in his financial life actually changes. And this is where it gets really uncomfortable. The smarter you are, the better you are at constructing an airtight logical case for why right now isn't the right time. Your brain doesn't say I'm scared. It says, I need more information. It doesn't say I'm avoiding this. It says, I'm being strategic, brilliant, convincing, and completely financially destructive. Warren Buffett didn't wait until he fully understood every company before he bought his first stock. He learned by acting, adjusting, and moving forward. The market doesn't wait for you to feel ready, and time, the only currency that never ever comes back, is quietly slipping through your fingers right now. Here's something most people find genuinely shocking. Studies consistently show that people with higher levels of education carry more debt on average than those without degrees. Not just student loans, credit card debt, lifestyle debt, all of it. More debt. How? Because smart people are world-class at justifying purchases. And this is where it gets dangerous. They don't impulse buy. That's the stereotype. And it's wrong. Smart people research. They compare options. They wait for the best deal. They think it through. And then, after all of that, they buy something they never actually needed. And they feel completely, 100% rational about it. This laptop will make me more productive. This course is an investment in myself. I work hard. I deserve this. Every single line sounds reasonable, responsible even. And that's exactly the trap. Your brain isn't helping you make good decisions. It's working overtime to build a legal defense for every dollar you spend. Before you even reach for your wallet, Psychologists call this motivated reasoning. And the more intelligent you are, the more sophisticated, and the more dangerous this skill becomes. Here's what no one tells you. Financial discipline has nothing to do with intelligence. It's about honesty. Raw, brutal, no excuses honesty. With yourself about what you actually want versus what you're telling yourself you want. The wealthiest people I've studied, not wealthy on paper, but genuinely, generationally wealthy. They're not always the smartest people in the room, but they all share one rare ability. They can pause before any financial decision and ask themselves one simple question. Am I making this decision from logic? Or am I using logic to justify an emotional decision? That one question, right there, worth more than any finance course you'll ever take. Now let's talk about something the personal finance world almost never touches. Prestige. Most smart, high-achieving people were raised on it. Best school, best job title, best neighborhood, best car, best everything. Excellence was the standard, and the markers of that excellence were always visible. But here's the thing nobody warned you about. Prestige is expensive, and the cost isn't just money. It's opportunity. Imagine this. Sarah graduated at the top of her class, landed a job at one of the most respected consulting firms in the country, rents a beautiful apartment in exactly the neighborhood her resume implies she should live in. She drives the right car, wears the right things, goes to the right restaurants. On paper, a success story. In her savings account, barely surviving. She's not broke because she made bad choices. She's broke because she's been optimizing for the wrong scoreboard this entire time. There are two games being played in America right now. The appearance game, where you look wealthy, and the actual game, where you build wealth. Most brilliant, high-achieving people are playing the appearance game at full speed, with premium upgrades, wondering why financial freedom always feels just out of reach. Most people don't realize this, but the people who look the richest often aren't. And the people quietly building real wealth, they often look completely, deliberately ordinary. Your neighbor with the beat-up Honda and the unremarkable house? He retired at 47. The guy in the leased BMW and the luxury high-rise? One missed paycheck away from a crisis. Wealth doesn't make noise. That's how you know it's real. This next one might be the most painful pattern in modern American financial life. There are millions of people in this country earning six figures, $100,000, $150,000, even $200,000 a year, who are one unexpected emergency away from complete financial collapse. Not because they're reckless, not because they don't care, because income is not wealth. And most people never truly feel the difference till it's too late. Income is what flows in. Wealth is what stays. And here's the brutal pattern that plays out for high earners. Over and over again. Get a raise, upgrade the apartment. Bonus comes in, new car. Promotion, better vacations, nicer dinners. A wardrobe that matches the new title. This is called lifestyle inflation. And it is the financial equivalent of running on a treadmill at full speed. You're working hard, you're moving fast, you feel the effort, but you're not going anywhere. The math doesn't lie. Someone earning $60,000 a year and consistently saving 20% builds more real, lasting wealth than someone earning $180,000 who saves nothing every single time. That's not inspiration. That's arithmetic. The question that actually matters isn't how much, it's the gap between what flows in and what stays. That gap, that quiet, invisible gap, is everything. Now we're going somewhere deeper. Most of your financial behaviors, the ones that confuse you, the ones that feel irrational even to yourself, they have almost nothing to do with money. They're about beliefs. Beliefs you formed before you were 10 years old. If you grew up hearing money doesn't grow on trees, your brain absorbed scarcity. If you watched your parents argue over bills every month, your brain learned that money equals tension, danger, pain. If you were told that wealthy people are selfish, you learned, somewhere deep down, that wanting wealth makes you a bad person. And here's the part most people never see coming. These beliefs don't live in the rational part of your brain. They live in your gut, in your automatic reactions, in the split-second decisions you make. Before logic even has a chance to show up, smart people can intellectually understand every wealth principle ever written. They can quote Buffett, explain behavioral economics, build a perfect budget on a spreadsheet. But if their underlying belief system says money is dangerous, if something deep inside them says they don't deserve it, their brain will quietly, methodically sabotage every financial move they make. They'll overspend right before a breakthrough. They'll find reasons not to invest. They'll undercharge for their work. They'll stay in situations that feel safe, but slowly cost them everything. This is the invisible ceiling, and it doesn't respond to more information. The only way through it starts with one honest question. What did money mean in my household growing up? Not what you think about money now. What did you feel about it then? Sit with that. Because until you understand the story your brain was handed about money, you will keep living that story, no matter how smart you become. All right, we've reached the part I promised you. The hidden truth underneath everything we've covered. Here it is. Smart people don't stay broke because of what they don't know. They stay broke because they're too smart to honestly admit what they're doing wrong. Let that land. When someone with basic financial knowledge makes a mistake, it stings. It's obvious. They correct it and move on. But when a smart person makes the same mistake, they explain it. They rationalize it. They construct a sophisticated, entirely convincing framework for why it wasn't actually a mistake at all. Their intelligence becomes a shield, a brilliant, polished shield against the one thing that could actually help them: accountability. And you cannot fix a problem you've successfully convinced yourself doesn't exist. The most financially successful people I've ever studied, across different backgrounds, different industries, different income levels, they all share one trait that has nothing to do with IQ. It's not education. It's not discipline. It's not even strategy. It's radical financial honesty. The ability to open your bank account, look at the numbers without flinching, without spinning, without building a case for why it's not that bad, and say clearly and without excuses, "This is exactly where I am. Now what do I actually change?" No story, no justification. No, I've been stressed or I'm planning to fix it soon. Just truth, followed immediately by action. That is the single thing that separates the people who understand wealth from the people who actually build it. Let's bring it all home. Smart people stay financially stuck for 5 core reasons. They wait until they're ready, and ready is a moving target that never arrives. They use their intelligence to justify emotional spending and call it logic. They optimize for looking wealthy instead of becoming wealthy. They confuse high income with real wealth, and lifestyle inflation quietly steals the gap. And they carry childhood money beliefs that silently run every financial decision they make. Underneath all of it, one thread connects every single one: the unwillingness to be radically, uncomfortably honest with themselves. Wealth isn't built in classrooms. It isn't built in your head, in theory, or in plans that never launch. It's built in the gap between what you know and what you're actually brave enough to do differently. You've always had the intelligence. That was never the missing piece. What changes everything is the courage to stop outsmarting yourself. If something in this video made you stop and think, if even one idea made you look at your financial life differently, You're already ahead of most people because awareness is always where change begins. If you want more of this, the psychology behind wealth, the hidden patterns, the mindset shifts that actually move the needle in real life, subscribe to Money Mind Secrets. New videos every week, built to give you an edge most people never get. And if you know someone brilliant who can't seem to get ahead financially, share this with them. It might be exactly what they've needed to hear. See you in the next one.